Welcome, everyone. This is the virtual orientation training session for residency and lab students. We have a number of items on our agenda for this presentation. We'll discuss the Blackboard classroom and specifically the Getting Started checklist, where you'll find a lot of the information you need to prepare. We'll discuss virtual requirements of your event and talk about different ways that you should prepare to learn and prepare your technology. We will also talk about resources that you have should you need technical assistance, and we will cover advising appointment information as well. First, we'll take a look at your Blackboard classroom. Depending on your residency and level, things might look a little bit different, but you'll see some of these basic sections of your Blackboard classroom. You will find a syllabus, which contains the residency description, objectives, and requirements. You'll have a link to the student classroom materials where you can download all of the PowerPoints and resources you'll use during your residency. You'll have a section for academic advising, a section to confirm your group assignment, more information and instructions to access the daily schedule website. You'll also find information about a final assignment if that pertains to your program. And you'll also find a section for event help. And that will allow you to chat with the customer care team if you have any questions. Also included in your Blackboard classroom is the Getting Started checklist. For our residency students, the Getting Started checklist contains links to prepare to learn, prepare your technology, and also the orientation training session. This is also where you will find the slides that I am presenting as well. For our lab students, so our CES residency, pre-practicum, and social work skills lab students, your Getting Started checklist looks a little bit different. It does contain all of those sections that I just covered, as well as the daily schedule website information and event help. In terms of virtual requirements, one of the biggest requirements of your residency or lab experience is that you can access and use the daily schedule. First, you'll want to make sure that you can verify your group assignment in Blackboard, and also watch your Walden email for more information about your assigned group. You will access the daily schedule website for links to join all of your sessions. As you look through the schedule, make sure that you plan to attend either a session or advising within every time block. Your cohort leader will be teaching your sessions along with other cohort leaders within one group. So for example, cohort A and cohort AA will meet as group A, with both cohort leaders and both cohorts of students in one Zoom meeting room. Please note 100% attendance is required. Make sure that you're not missing any of the sessions during your residency or lab. Attendance and participation in all sessions is required to earn a satisfactory grade. Daily session start and end times can be found on the daily schedule website. So make sure that you refer to the daily schedule website for the complete schedule, and that will be listed in your local time zone. You will access the daily schedule website on a laptop or desktop computer, following the instructions that you'll find either in Blackboard or on the daily schedule website email. You will log in with your Walden email address and the password as noted in the instructions that you receive. Once you log in, you will see a list of upcoming events, and you will select your specific residency or lab from that list. Once you have pulled up your residency schedule, you'll see a number of different tabs on this website. You'll click on the schedule button or the daily schedule button here to take you to the link to join all of the sessions throughout your residency or lab event. For session access, you will scroll through the schedule of sessions. Please note that all of the session times will be displayed in your current time zone based on your computer settings. When it's approximately 10 to 15 minutes prior to the session start, you'll click on the date, click the time and the session, and then within the session description, you will see a link that says click here to join the session. And that will bring you directly into the Zoom meeting room. As you are looking through the daily schedule website, pay close attention to the event date that's listed up at the top of the toolbar here to make sure that you are joining the correct day of sessions. You can always navigate to the daily schedule or daily session schedule if the current date is not displayed. To return to the schedule at any time when you're in the daily schedule website, you can click either on the event title here or on the schedule link here or the schedule link here. As I noted before, 100% attendance and participation in all of your sessions is required to earn a satisfactory grade. We recommend that you block off and adjust your personal and work calendars for the entire duration of the event so that you don't miss any sessions. Please note your instructor will be recording your attendance and making sure that you are actively engaged in all of your sessions. The Zoom meeting and webinar software also records when you log in and log out of your sessions. Be sure to access the daily schedule website in Blackboard to view the daily schedule of sessions, and you can also use that to track your own attendance. Be sure that you are attending either a session or advising within every time block on the schedule. We encourage you to download resources and materials that you'll need prior to the event to prepare for any unforeseen technical challenges. And please keep in mind that session recording is not permitted. In order to get the most out of your residency, you should treat the virtual experience in a professional manner. That means arriving approximately 10 to 15 minutes prior to the start of each session, inputting your first and last name when you join a session. Please remember that nicknames are not permitted. And you must have your camera available for all of your sessions. You will not be allowed just to listen in on the session. As much as possible, you should be stationary in order to be fully engaged. And also keep in mind that breaks between sessions and for meals are scheduled, so you will break at approved times as directed by your instructor. You should refer to the daily schedule website for planning purposes. If you have any questions about these expectations for attendance or participation, please contact your instructor. If you experience technical delays getting into a session, you should notify your instructor immediately, contact the help desk, and then log into the session as soon as you can. We do know that in rare instances, emergencies or weather situations can arise that may impact your ability to participate in virtual sessions. If you anticipate that you will miss a session due to an emergency, please notify your instructor as soon as possible. They will advise you on how to proceed. Next, we are going to talk through some ways that you can prepare to learn for your residency and lab experience. In terms of attire, please remember this is a virtual professional academic experience. We encourage you to dress as if you were leaving your home for a professional appointment, or if you were attending this residency or lab experience in person. We encourage business casual dress, and your instructor will be directing you on when to share or turn off your camera, so you should plan to always be camera ready. In terms of professionalism and networking, we encourage you to interact positively and in meaningful ways with your peers, faculty, and staff. You should engage, network, and learn as much as possible to get the most out of the experience. And also, please be mindful of your body language and facial expressions as you would if you were meeting in person. For your workspace, you are expected to attend all of your sessions in a quiet, private location where you can actively participate and engage in your group discussions. We encourage everyone to prepare a dedicated workspace that can be used for all of your live sessions. You should block off your personal and work calendars for each session meeting time so that you don't miss any of your sessions. And then as much as possible, try to reduce or eliminate background noises and distractions. This will help you focus on your sessions, and it will also help your colleagues. We will now discuss different ways that you should prepare your technology. In terms of system requirements, you are required to attend all of your sessions using a laptop or a desktop computer. You should be using either the speakers on your computer or a headset, as well as either your computer microphone or a headset. Be sure to share your camera when directed by your instructor. You also need to have reliable, high-speed internet access. Your computer also needs to be able to support the Zoom software to access all of your live sessions. When it's time to join your sessions, again, we encourage you to log in at least 10 to 15 minutes prior to the start of your session so that you can be prepared and also allow yourself time to troubleshoot any unforeseen technical challenges. Be sure to check your webcam and audio functionality prior to the event start, and then again at the beginning of each session. You can check out the troubleshooting tips, which is linked under the Getting Started checklist, and also your registration confirmation email and event website. Be sure to have the daily schedule website up and ready to access all of your sessions. You'll locate the day, time, and the session that you're joining, and you'll click on the click here to join the session link. Once you click on that link, Zoom will automatically open on your computer. Once you are in the Zoom meeting room, you'll have a number of different controls on your toolbar. In your group and cohort meeting sessions, you will have audio and webcam functionality. You will use each of those buttons to either mute and unmute your audio or start and stop sharing your web camera. Again, remember your instructor will be directing you on when to share or turn off your webcam. In some of your larger colloquium or larger group webinar sessions, audio and webcam functionality may be disabled. Also on your toolbar, you will see a participants button. If you click on that button, you will see all other attendees in the session. This is also where you can rename yourself to first name plus last name. You will hover over your name in that participants list and click on rename. Remember that your instructor will be taking attendance based on how your name appears in the participants list. So be sure that you are listed as first name and last name and no nicknames. Next on your toolbar, you will see a button to share your screen. We just encourage you to have permission of your instructor before you start sharing information. The next button you'll see on your toolbar is the chat button. That is where you can post comments or questions to the group or just directly to your instructor. Once the session has ended, you will click on the Leave Meeting button on your toolbar. Next, we'll talk about the different resources that you have should you need any technical assistance during your event. We encourage you to view the troubleshooting tips within Blackboard under the Getting Started checklist, as well as in your registration confirmation email and event website. If you need any assistance before your sessions start, please contact Walden's customer care team. You can do so either by calling 1-800-WALDEN-U or sending an email to support@mail.waldenu.edu. If you need any assistance during the virtual event, you will access the student help area within Blackboard or on the event website under troubleshooting tips. You'll click on the Chat Now with a Walden Representative button. If you're not able to log into a session, you should notify your instructor as soon as possible. And then once the issue is resolved, you'll log into the session as soon as you can. Here's a closer look at that help desk. Within your Blackboard classroom, you will see a section that's called Residency Student Help. If you need assistance, again, outside of those help desk hours that are posted, you can call 1-800-WALDEN-U or send an email to support@mail.waldenu.edu. During the help desk hours of operation, you'll see a button that says Chat Now with a Walden representative. You will click on that link in order to open the help desk chat. You'll type in your question here, and then a member of the customer care team will read through your message and help you resolve your issue. Once you are ready to leave, you will click on the power button or the X to close the chat. For any students who need accommodations during their experience, please refer to our Student Wellness and Disability Services team by sending an email to event@mail.waldenu.edu. We encourage you to do so at least 30 days prior to the event start date to discuss assistance that you may need for the event. Next, we are going to discuss advising appointment information. For all of our doctoral students, requirements for advising do vary by program. So make sure you refer to the most updated information within Blackboard, and you will also discuss advising requirements during your first residency session. There are different reasons why you might make an advising appointment. You have the opportunity to meet with faculty for questions about research, your discipline, professional development, and more. To schedule or cancel an advising appointment, you will follow the step-by-step instructions that are linked in the advising section within your Blackboard classroom. We encourage you to cancel any advising appointment that you do not need. For our master's level students, including our PhD and CES residency students, advising appointments are optional. So you do have the choice to meet with a field faculty member or a field coordinator. For our PhD CES residency students, advising is required and it is also scheduled for you. You will be meeting with a faculty member, so please watch your Walden email for that communication. Skills enhancement lab appointments may be scheduled by your instructor and are required if scheduled. To schedule or cancel an optional advising appointment, you'll follow the step-by-step instructions, which are contained under the advising appointments section within the daily schedule website. You can start scheduling appointments 3 days prior to your event start. Again, we encourage students to cancel any advising appointments that you do not need. For scheduling advising appointments, we encourage you to make sure you're scheduling an appointment at least 1 hour or more before the intended advising appointment time. You will access your daily schedule website and locate the Schedule Advising Appointment section. So here's another visual here of the daily schedule website. You will click on the Schedule Advising Appointment section. This section will contain the link to the advising system, which will open up on your computer. To log in, you will enter your last name and your Walden email address. If you have any difficulty logging in, please double check that your last name is exactly what we have in your My Walden portal, and that your email address contains the domain of @waldenu.edu. If you're still having difficulty logging in, there's a link to contact us for appointment assistance. Once you've logged into the system, you will select an appointment reason. From there, you'll have filters to narrow down the desired appointment date, time, and the specific advisor that you'd like to meet with. So again, you can select a specific date that you'd like to schedule your appointment. Please keep in mind, as you go through these filters, the more filters you apply, the less appointments you will see. So if you don't have a preference, you can leave each of these as they default. Under start times, please note that all of the scheduled appointment times are scheduled in Central Time. So make note of that time zone conversion to your local time. Next, you can select a specific faculty or advisor that you'd like to schedule your appointment with. Again, if you don't have any preferences, you can skip this step. For our doctoral students, you will select your program, school, or college to narrow down the faculty member that you can meet with. Once your filters are selected, click on Search to view the available appointments. If no appointments appear, you'll click on Clear and repeat the steps to modify your selections. You'll see a list of all the available appointments, and you'll scroll through to the bottom of the screen and make your selection. To schedule the appointment, you will click on Reserve Appointment next to the desired appointment date and time. Once you have clicked on Reserve Appointment, you will scroll down to the bottom of the screen and click on Submit. Once you click Submit, you'll receive a confirmation screen. You'll also receive a confirmation email. Again, please make note that this time of your appointment is scheduled in Central Time. Be sure to block that off on your calendar, take a photo of this confirmation, or mark it down on your notebook to make sure that you don't miss your appointment. If you need to cancel your appointment, we encourage you to please cancel the appointment through the system, so that will allow other students to schedule that appointment. To do so, you'll click on the link either within the confirmation screen or the confirmation email that you received. That will reopen the scheduling system. You will locate your appointments and then click on Cancel Appointment. Then from there, you can reschedule the appointment at a different date or time, or exit the system. To join your advising appointments, you will access the Advising Links tab on the Daily Schedule website. You can locate that by looking at the top toolbar and clicking on Advising Links. The list is sorted by college or faculty name. You will locate the faculty or advisor's name from this list. And then you'll click on the link that says, click here to start your advising session. A couple of reminders. Again, all appointments are scheduled in the Central Time Zone. If you're early to your appointment, just give the faculty member a moment to join. And then be mindful that they may be meeting with another student prior to your appointment. So for privacy, please exit the session and then join again in a few minutes. Please reach out to the help desk if you have any challenges joining your advising appointment. Skills Enhancement Lab appointments are only for our pre-practicum lab students. If your instructor has scheduled a Skills Enhancement Lab appointment for you, they will notify you via email with the date and time in Central Time. You will access the daily schedule website and locate the Join Advising Appointments section. Then you will click on the link to join the faculty advising session with the Skills Enhancement Lab advisor. Again, remember these appointment times will be scheduled in Central Time, and you can access the help desk if you experience any challenges. I will end with some frequently asked questions and important reminders for you. Be sure to access the daily schedule website within Blackboard to view your daily schedule of sessions and also use that to track your own attendance. Remember that 100% attendance and participation in all of your sessions is required in order to earn a satisfactory grade. Please plan to attend a session in every time block on the schedule. If there are multiple choice sessions, select your preferred session to attend. Remember, you must have your camera available for all of your sessions. Listen-only mode is not permitted. Breaks between your sessions and for meals are scheduled, so you will break at approved times as directed by your instructor. Remember to see the daily schedule website for planning purposes. Remember, you are required to attend all of your sessions using a laptop or a desktop computer. When joining your sessions, remember to log in at least 10 to 15 minutes prior to the start of each day. If you need assistance during your virtual event, you will access the event help area within Blackboard or on the event website under troubleshooting tips. For our doctoral residency students, requirements for advising appointments do vary by program, so remember to refer to your Blackboard classroom for more information. PhD CES student advising is required and it's scheduled on your behalf, so watch for emails for more information. For our lab students, advising is optional. For our pre-practicum students, Skills Enhancement Lab appointments may be scheduled by your instructor and are required if they are scheduled. And for everyone, please remember that all appointments for advising in Central Time. Should you have any questions on the information that I just covered, please email academicresidencies@mail.waldenu.edu. Remember, if you need any assistance during your virtual event, you should access the event help area within Blackboard. Thank you everyone for your time and attention.